Yo, what's up, everybody? Baz and Belma here. Just sitting around the house, so I decided to go ahead on and add the this intro slash outro to the video that you're about to watch. In the video you're about to watch, I hit the water about 4:30, 4:45 a.m. hoping to catch some big fish on top water. That was plan A for that day, but for some reason I couldn't even get a bite, no blow ups. I actually didn't even hear no fish blowing up in the area that I was fishing in. So I ended up going to my plan B, and plan B was throwing a crankbait. And I normally throw square bills from time to time, but getting into the deeper diving crankbaits, I throw those, but I don't throw them a lot. So when I went out, that was the plan. Like, I'm gonna throw this deep diving crankbait because that little lake that I was on, the little local city lake that I was on, is a deep spot. It's a deep lake. It got some deep spots on it. So I decided to pick that up, and it worked. The fish was biting it. I ended up catching two. I lost one. One of them, and you'll see it in the video, the biggest one was a little over 3 pounds. I'm gonna say 3.5 pounds. That fish took that crankbait so deep to where I couldn't get it out. I tried to get up in there and get that hook out of that fish gills, but that fish was bleeding like a hog. So I ended up, that fish ended up dying, but I didn't let that fish go to waste. I kept that fish, I brought it home, and I cleaned it or whatnot. But like I said, I ended up catching two, lost one, and they was like almost like back-to-back casts. I ended up getting 2 bites on a wacky rig. The first one broke off, which it was easily a 2.5, 3 pounder. One that you're gonna see in the video, one jumped up and spit it out. It was about a 2 pounder. I seen it was about 2 pounds. So in all, I should have had 5 fish, but I ended up with 2. But I like the lake because one thing about it, when I do put the boat in the water, I do end up catching a few fish. But the way I fish that crankbait and that wacky rig, once you see the video, you'll see I'm casting toward this little building that sit on the lake, and I was casting as close as possible to that wall, and up against that wall it's about 25, 27 feet. So once I cast up against that wall and I get that crankbait down to the depth, probably about 5, maybe 10 yards out from that wall, is some rocks, and those rocks sitting in probably about, I'm gonna say about 10 to 15 feet. That was perfect depth for that Strike King 5XD, because that 5XD is listed to get up, 15 feet, but I'm gonna say you probably can get about 16 feet with the right line. So what I was doing, just casting up against that wall and just burning it as fast as I could to go and get it in down to that depth. And the way the bite was coming on that crankbait, and also with that wacky rig, is if you make contact with those rocks, you got bites. If you didn't if you didn't make contact with the rocks, you didn't get a bite. And that's the way it was. So once I figured that out, that's what I kept doing. But like I said, I missed 3, caught 2, and if I would have had a little more time to fish, I would have caught more fish that day. But I only had a couple hours to fish. I don't know why it be like that when you only have a short amount of time to fish. It's like the fish want to bite. I don't know exactly when I'll be going back out, but hopefully when I get back out, I have a new battery for the boat also, because that's another thing too. The battery, I only get a couple of hours out of that battery, but I can't even be mad at that battery. I done had that battery since 2013. That battery's still pushing good. Well, it went out on me last year, so I can't complain about that. But I should have another battery next time I go out, and hopefully I could get some extra time on the water, a couple more hours to fish. But I'm putting another game plan together to go back out and fish that same particular spot around those rocks. And the thing about that lake has a lot of rocks and grass, and it's got some deep spots in it, and I like that because that do give me a chance to get better throwing the deeper diving crankbaits. I'm pretty good throwing square bills. I throw square bill quite a bit, but the deeper diving crankbait is something I gotta get into. So it felt good to go out and throw the deeper diving crankbait and catch fish. I got some bigger diving. I got some more crankbaits to get down to the 20, 25 feet. So that's something I'm gonna be doing in the future too, trying to go out and fish deeper water with those crankbaits. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up any longer. I really hope y'all enjoy this video. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop comments. I really appreciate that. So I'm gonna let y'all get on into this video, and I'll get with y'all in the next one. And like always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all next time. Yo, what's up, everybody? That fish I caught it on this. I got blood everywhere. I caught that fish. That was the first fish of the day. I caught it on this Strike King 5XD. That fish got hooked. That fish took that bait deep. Had to hold that back treble hook in the gill. That fish didn't make it. I tried my best. If you can see, I got blood everywhere. All over my bag. So that fish didn't live. I hate it, but that's how it goes sometimes. But we all had that happen to us before. Now, if I was on a bigger boat, I probably could save that fish if I had a live well, but I don't. So I really hate that, because that was about a 3.5 pound fish. But the thing about it, I'm not gonna let it go to waste. And today is Sunday, July the 9th. It is currently 5:43 a.m. I've been out here ever since 4:45 this morning. It was dark when I first got out here. I thought I was gonna be able to get a good bite on top water this morning, but I didn't. So I moved over here, and second cast with this crankbait, I got that fish. Got another one. Got off. That was another good fish. And where I'm casting that, up against that wall, around that area, it get as deep as about, I want to say about 25 feet. This 5XD get down to about 15, 16 feet. But it's some rocks sit out in front of that wall. If you can find them, that's where the fish sitting at. See, there go another one. There go another one. And it feel good. Yeah, feel pretty good. Got off in the boat. Come on, come on, come on. They are smoking that crankbait. So we're gonna get this one on the scale and get it back in the water. £2, 1 ounce. Come back with the release of that fish. Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm back. I switched over to a wacky rig, and the first cast with this wacky rig, I had one to break me off. And it felt solid. Felt like another 2 2.5, maybe 3 pounder. I just wanted to switch things up. To get away from that crankbait, which that crankbait was doing the job. I just wanted to switch some stuff up. Try to get me a good top water bite before I leave. I gotta keep up with the time. So I gotta leave out of here about 7:30. There go one. Oh man, come on. Man. Are you serious?